Hi, I am Mike of the Earth Diocese, the Kerbal Space Program. Right. Moho probe. Let's look at a Moho probe. Woo. Very exciting. So I come back, and I'm pretty sure that I had originally set up a maneuver that would get me some kind of encounter. But I came back and there was no encounter. I've made a completely new maneuver node, and I've remembered to change my alarm clock settings, which I now have some kind of maneuver that will get me some kind of encounter, which will hopefully enable me to get some kind of orbit, and with the delta V I have. It took a while. In the end, I actually like ran through. I actually kind of went all the way around and see, right, am I? Part of the problem is, right, I can't tell if I don't have an encounter symbol and I don't have one of those near indicator symbols. I can't tell whether changing a maneuver node, adding prograde, adding retrograde, adding normal, anti-normal. I don't know what that's doing. I can't see where the planet is going to be in the future. So I actually ran through and so, like, am I getting my closest encounter? Am I in front, or am I behind, or am I very high, or am I very low? And that gave me a clue, which is that I was slightly behind, and thus I needed to cut in, which meant I needed radial in, so that I would get closer to the sun and thus catch up with Moho. I don't have enough delta V to get the orbit that I need to get in order to get the contract that I was trying to get to do with this particular ship. I probably don't have enough delta V to get a low enough orbit to do any of the scans that is on this thing. Yeah, so there's that. However, I don't think I can improve on it. This node that I'm about to do is 128 meters a second, which is not very much at all, out of my 3,124. Well, out of my 3,665. So I'm just going to have to deal with this, I think. I might be able to do better if I can move. If I move that in more than closer than 5 days, it'll cost me less, I think. But I don't think I can do enough. I've got an encounter. I'm just going to go with it. So we're going to quick. In fact, we're going to quick save this. For all the good it does me, actually. Got a nice probe core, which will allow me to do maneuvers like this, so it'll actually sit on the maneuver node. Oh, I really wish I had MechJip. Really wish I had MechJip. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened. I mean, I don't know whether it's just going away and doing lots of other things and then coming back, and the game, because it's a game and not a super mega simulation of this little solar system, isn't as accurate as I would like. So it's when I set that maneuver up ages ago, it said, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that'll give me an encounter. But actually, whether it's the fact that I've been doing other stuff and thus making the game do other things, and I've now lost that, or whether it was simply never going to be that accurate in the first place. Getting the first thing to Moho seemed a lot easier. I don't know why this is so much harder. Okay, so I'm just waiting for that to calm down. And we're going to time warp ahead. It's not going to be a very long burn because I still have fuel in what I presume was my transfer stage. It's been so long, I've completely forgotten how this whole thing worked. So I've still got 491 delta V in a nice powerful rocket engine. And so I don't have the very low thrust ion engines to worry about until later. Node 2 is going to be 3,000 odd delta V. So I don't have much, I'm not going to have much left over to do any orbital maneuverings. 3,032 delta V. So, if I'd love, there's an orbit I'm meant to get in order to get the contract that I'm trying to do. I suspect it's also the orbit I'm going to need to do in order to get any of the scans, because the whole point of this thing is it's going to do lots of scans. Anyway, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Slightly early. I'm hoping that doesn't mean make a difference. Okay. Coming in for shut off. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Still have my encounter. Okay. For some reason I've lost my target. And I can't seem to target I can't target the Moho. That's interesting. Celestial bodies. Right. Ooh. Oh, how interesting. Can't target Moho. Huh. Well, I've got my next alarm, and I'm just also going to add in one for the SOI change. We'll take that down to 10 seconds. I'm going to remove that one and put it back in again, actually. Ah, no burn margin. I thought so. So you can see that I don't have an awful lot of time. I don't think I technically have enough time because the SOI change, which is there, is 19 days, 4 hours, 24 minutes. That is 19 out 4 hours and 39 minutes away. At least that's when I start burning. So I start burning almost immediately as I get into the SOI change. Oh, well, never mind. And hopefully, because it's going to be a 40-minute burn. Yeah. So I guess you're not going to want to stick around for that. I'm trying to work out whether it's worth keeping that 300. I think I'm going to have to, even though that might break if you. I don't know. No, it can only help. I'm of the opinion it can only help. Right. Okay. So I'm going to have a 400-ish, 500-ish delta V, assuming this actually works, left. And that may be enough for some orbital maneuvering, because I would quite like to get down to this orbit if at all possible. It's not going to be a terrible start because I'm going to be vaguely polar. And if nothing else, I would like to get, excuse me, I would like to get close enough that I can do altimetry scans and all that kind of stuff. But we'll see how that works. Don't know if this is a coincidence, but it's centered. My maneuver is centered pretty much exactly on the my target indicator, or the retro target indicator, which I suppose makes sense. But there you go. So I'm going to wait until that settles down, and then I'm going to go, and then I'm going to start the maneuver burn, and I guess I will come back and let you know how it gets on. All right, let's go. We're following Moho, which I can't target for some strange reason. I don't know why I can't target it. You can see we're getting very close. So this is the SOI change that we're waiting for here. And I don't want to be fast forwarding through that, because that way lies madness. And they're a mere 14 minutes afterwards, looks like, is when I'm going to start my my burn. Now I've got a Kerbal to Joule coming up, and in many ways I kind of want to. Oh, there we go. Sweet. So now I've got. I can do a gravity scan, and I can transmit that. Oh, how much power have I got? Do I have enough power? I should do. I've got whacking great. Solar panels. Wow, oh, that's vicious. So it added 56 science, which it shouldn't have done, because I should now... Right, it's added money to me. Okay, it has added money to me. I've still got the 80.3 science that I've got left over. So I'm not going to do the material study, I'm not going to do the mystery goo. What I am going to do is I'm going to bring back Flight Engineer. And get rid of precise node, don't need it right now. Get rid of that, I don't really need it right now. And basically get ready to do the burn. I'm in a bit of a weird situation because the part count on this is so low. I'm actually running more or less in real time, which is not something I'm used to. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right, so I've got a minute at this stage, and then the rest of the 40 odd minutes um, 40-minute burn. I'm not even going to try and speed that up. I'm going to stop recording. When I need to stage, I'm going to stop recording, and then I'm going to start up again. When I go to dual, which is the thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do it all with MechJeb, and it's all going to be MechJeb's fault if it doesn't work. I'm also going to, I think I'm just going to get rid of all the alarms in between. Except maybe that one. And just follow it on, you know. Just however long it takes, I'm just going to follow that mission, and I'm not going to do anything else. Might switch to Dual Explorer very briefly, but even if it takes like 20 years, just keep with that. Do all that dual mission in a oneer. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting thing to do. Right, have we run out? We have. So we go here. Wow, we are running out. Oh, let's extend our radiators. The things are heating up. And I genuinely have no idea if that's started. It has. All right, so I've got 40 minutes of burn to do now. So I will catch you on the flip side. Okay, it is now the flip side. Huh. What the hell? Something just happened to my orbit. I lost my... I wonder if my key press to start up the recording didn't do something weird, because literally the second I did that, it's like it added the whole orbit back in again. That's really aggravating. I don't know what just happened. It's literally like it just added that whole maneuver back in again, so I don't know where. Right, so that maneuver is now no use to me, so I'm just getting rid of it. I don't know. Well, that's really irritating. So I had my orbit. It had the orbit that it was predicting, and for a long time, even after I set an alarm for like 10 minutes, so I'll be ready. 10 minutes before it finished. And I had this, the orbit that it was predicting for me. And this straight line going off of it, even after like 30, 40 minutes, nearly 40 minutes. Okay, now gradually this line has started to curve. Oh, hush you. Go away, go away. Right, there we go. So that was the alarm that I accidentally snoozed on my tablet to actually wake me up in case, because I was doing other things, mostly doing my Japanese homework. So then I hit the key combo to open up recording, and suddenly that maneuver node just it's like it filled back up again. Instead of having all the, you know, this is what I'm going to do from my initial encounter, is like, what if I have to do the whole thing from scratch, where I am now? So now I'm not quite sure what is going to happen. However, you can see that I am gradually curving over. I've just gone retrograde. I'm over, you know, Moho, so if I just go retrograde instead of where the maneuver thought it was going to point now, I don't know what happened. That was really weird. But it looks like I'm going to get it. It looks like I'm in fact going to get an orbit. Hoorah. Because my Moho escape is getting further and further and further and further away. It was basically when I started and panicked when everything suddenly changed. It was like 2 hours away. Now it's getting to 3 days, and I'm very slowly beginning to get something. This looks like it's going to wrap around very soon now. So, after all that, okay, let's just stick where we are for the moment. Now, I've turned on the thermal display, and as you can see, I'm really hot. I'm still, I think the radiation flux, yeah, at minus 45. I think that means I am bleeding temperature off into space. But that number is coming down, which leads you to suspect that I'm going to eventually stop bleeding temperature off into space. Or maybe a radiation flux is the other way. I don't know, actually. So things are a little hot with the thermal on, and if I turn the thermal off, if you look at the back of the radiators, not the radiators, the solar panels, they are still hot. They are still red. They are lightly glowing, which is a bit worrying. And I've got lots of those coming up. So lots of bits of this are sufficiently warm that they feel the need to tell me about it. Now, I'm just going to assume, I'm going to see if I'm right. I'm too high even for the SAR scanner. So the question is, how close can... Whoa, that's the wrong way. How close can I get? With the... Oh, I can get quite close with the Delta V I have, it looks like. Can I get all the way down to... Ooh, sweet. Right, now, let's check some orbits here. So, apoapsis between 493 kilometers. So I need to go less than that. I have to bring up. 493. There we go. Now I think I actually want to get the inclination. What is my current inclination? My current inclination is 83. So I actually want 84 and 85. Right, I have some stuff to do. But I can do it. I've got 500 Delta V. This is going to cost me about 100 of it, and subsume about 100 on the other end. To get into that orbit, to get the inclination, I think what I'm going to do is get rid of this. Add a maneuver, and I want to put this on the ascending node. I don't know what my So I want this very precise inclination, which I'm very close to, and I honestly don't know which way I want to go. Do I want to go positive or negative? No, that's going to be in 13 days. So maybe, what if I put this on the descending node, which would be over here? That's only in 5 days. Okay. So what I think I'm going to want to do is actually, well, then again, if I'm, all right, so I'm going around this way. All right, right. Yeah, so I've got stuff to do, but I can do it. I've got the delta V to do it. If I do my inclination corrections out here, it's going to be relatively cheap. That means I'm going to have enough to get into that there orbit, and maybe get further in and do all the scans, and it's going to be brilliant. Everything's fine, everything's lovely. So thanks very much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Come visit Nearly Enough Dice at nearlyenoughdice.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter, and until next time, reach for the stars and really desperately hope you've got enough delta V.